All right, I'm recording. Good morning, everyone who has joined us today and everyone who will listen to it on the recording. I hope everyone is having a great beginning of the year and looking forward to the upcoming holidays. I know I am for sure. Today I'm going to kind of get us started on just a couple, really just kind of an update of what we talked about in our face-to-face meeting at GaETC. So this is going to be just a short little informational thing, not much as far as new content for those of you who were at the meeting. Those of you who were not, I just want to make sure everybody kind of knew what the game plan was and what we decided to do from that meeting, and we'll move on. So. All right, so our agenda today, I'm going to give you a few updates. I do want to give you places where you can find some information on updates and find some information on some new things that are coming up. I'm going to recap our meeting from GaETC. I want to show you the wiki page, a couple updates to the wiki page. Make sure that if you haven't joined the wiki that you have, and I would like for everyone to allow the updates to the wiki page to send you notifications on your email, because I would like for y'all to know when things are changing. So I'm going to show that to you today. We have some updates to future meetings, so I want to make sure everyone knows when those meetings are. Try to get them on your calendar if you can. And I know we kind of sent this reminder out last minute, which was my fault. But I do want to make sure everybody already knows ahead of time when those meetings are. Contact info, just want to share that with you again, and then we'll open up the agenda for any questions anybody has for today. All right, so just some updates real quick. GoFar, if you're not familiar with GoFar, GoFar is the new OAS, the new state online assessment system that is available through SLDS, Statewide Longitudinal Data System. And so it will no longer, well, I say that, by the current version of OAS will be continued through the school year. So if you're currently using OAS, you do not have to lose everything that you're doing. So just wanted to make sure everybody knew that you can continue using the OAS in its current format until the end of the school year. Then starting next school year, you'll want to use GoFar, which is available through the SLDS dashboard. So just wanted to make sure that that everyone was aware of GoFar. And I do have a tiny URL. If I gave you the big address, it's like crazy really big, so I made a tiny URL for it linked here. So if you access this PowerPoint through the wiki page, you'll be able to see this. You'll have access to this link. If you can't access it through the wiki page, you can obviously type this in and get to it. So that'll get you to everything on that website. I want to show that to you really quick here. Actually, let me go ahead and go right from the link. So this is the GoFar website, and I just wanted to point out on the right-hand side that you've got user guides, you've got a district start guide, student start guide, teacher start guides, test creations. So you've got all kinds of little resource guides on the right-hand side, as well as you've got the introduction, the webinars, and the PowerPoint available to you here. So I just wanted to make sure that you saw that this stuff is available to you. And you can see their contact information of the folks who are responsible for GoFar. Wanted to make sure you saw all of that information and made sure that if you had any questions about it, that you check this page out first, and then if you still needed any help, Michael can help you out. I'm sure he'd be happy to help you. So I wanted you all to be aware of that page. And then SLDS updates, I also have a little tiny URL for that as well here. So if you are needing any updates to SLDS, teacher resource link, the IIS dashboard, any of that information, we do have all that link, all those available to on our webpage. So if you want to check that out, this is our website. You can see some of the information that Bob shares across the state as well as really across the nation. And then you've got all our different links here on the left, help and training, our SLDS page, our teacher resource link page, our IIS page. Any of these things, if you're not familiar with them, please let me know. I'd be happy to talk through them with you. We do have a recent updates page. I want to make sure y'all notice that, because anything new that's been added, any kind of information that we've added, changed as far as assessments, whatever, please check this out, because you will get the latest and greatest on SLDS. Georgia Virtual Learning, Growth Model, Online IEP, and GoFar. All the links are available here as well. And if you haven't joined our mailing list, please make sure you do so. Here's the link here. Just send a blank email to that address. I would really like for everyone on this committee to join that mailing list, because we're sending out newsletters periodically, and those newsletters have a lot of great information on them as far as, one, updates, two, we're creating tools and resources that you might find beneficial to your schools and to your districts. So we send those out in those newsletters. So please join the mailing list if you haven't yet, because it's a great way to get current information on SLDS. Let's see. And I know the DOE, our team has been pretty busy with training, and I don't think anyone has been able to join us today with anything extra. So I'm going to keep moving on. All right, so just a quick update about what we did at the face-to-face meeting at GaETC. Really, my discussions with Jeff and with Allison have been about trying to set some goals for a committee and trying to get more discussion going on between all the members of the committee. Having these update meetings hasn't really been enough to kind of get the committee moving into a more of a proactive format. So we're hoping to try to get some discussions going, trying to take use and advantage of our wiki, and try to get moving towards some new ideas on what this committee can be doing. And so we talked about what those goals should be for the next 2 or 3 years. And so one of those we've decided on, we called it the Smiths Next Door, and that is really about communication and sharing resources between systems and across the state. And there's a lot of systems that have districts that have a pretty good amount of resources, and they've got some pretty powerful creators who have been able to make lesson plans and have been able to pull in digital content and have been able to really take advantage of the resources available in their systems. And then there are systems who don't have that manpower, who don't have the finances to be able to support that kind of work. And so we talked about that. We discussed that. We talked about the importance of, not leaving each other out, but really helping each other, because as a committee, we're committed to the state, the students all over the state, not just in our districts. And so we're trying to bring up a discussion about the best way to share best practices and excellent resources across the state. And one of the ways that we at the State Department are trying to do, obviously, is through SLDS and the Teacher Resource Link, and getting resources out through the Teacher Resource Link. So we've been trying to open up resources out to teachers across the state so that it can impact all students. And then we are also doing the learning object repository for each system so that each system can add their own digital resources and their own content into the teacher resource link. But I guess the next level of that is getting resources, excellent resources used at local levels out to the state. And so I want that to be part of our discussion. So we talked about that at the face-to-face meeting. And then the second thing that we found was a priority was supporting our schools. How do we get these resources into the teachers' hands? One of the things that came up in that conversation was the 21st century media specialist. What does that look like? How do we support the media specialist today? Things have changed quite a bit, and there are many media specialists who have been doing it for a long time, and they know their job's changing. They know that it's more than just about checking out books and organizing books in the media center now. It's getting technology into students' hands, into teachers' hands, creating web pages and blogs, and so there's so much that goes on to what a media specialist has to do, and it's been added to more and more. So that came up in part of our conversation at that meeting. And so in this discussion that we're going to be having about supporting our schools, we want to talk about what the media specialist looks like, and how do we support state media specialists, and how do we get the resources into the teachers' hands, how do we communicate that. Jeff had already started that discussion on our wiki. I'm going to show you where that's at in a moment. And so, and one of the topics was, one of the things he said is, we got this email from that guy at the district again, and sometimes that doesn't work as well as it coming from someone in a local level. So what are some strategies, things like that? We feel like that's a goal for this committee to be talking about. I do want to talk about the CCI room, and I'm going to bring that up in just a minute, but that's going to be part of our goals for determining as well what this committee is going to be doing over the next several years. And we want to talk about the folks in this committee and who wants to continue to play a role, who wants to play an active role on the committee. And we also want to talk about bringing folks in that we know would be interested in doing something with this committee. So we brought that up as well. That's a goal for this committee. So these are things that we brought up during that conversation. I'm going to go to the wiki and talk more about what we decided to do from there. But before I bring that up, does anybody have any questions regarding these goals? And I'm going to mute myself, and feel free to unmute yourself.
Well, I just wanted to chance to take an opportunity and expound upon what I said. Here's an example. I have two colleagues that are instructional technology specialists, and they present on a number of things. And I know a year or so ago they presented on QR codes. Well, my wife came home a month or so ago and was excited about QR codes. And I said, "Where did you hear about them?" And she indicated that she'd heard about them from her instructional supervisor. So sometimes the source of the information makes a huge difference. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents on that.
Thank you, Jeff. Anybody else? Okay. All right. If you do feel at any point the need to add anything to that, just let me know in the message box, and I'll give you a chance to share that, because I definitely want to hear from anybody who has any thoughts or ideas. All right. Moving on from here, I do want to talk about the wiki and how we're going to take advantage of the wiki space, and how we're going to use the wiki space for this committee, because we obviously don't have the time to meet face-to-face enough through the year. We don't have the time to do that. We obviously don't, it's hard to have these online webinars and know how to respond to some of the things that we bring up, that Jeff and Allison and I bring up in these meetings. It's hard to know how to respond at the moment. So I do want to, and then you might have an idea later on that you, oh man, I wish I would have shared that. So we are trying to create a space for everyone to share ideas that come to mind. We also are trying to create a space where people can share things they've read, things they've studied, things they get in regular emails from websites or whatever regarding these goals and these discussions. So on our wiki, we've created a space to do that, and I'm encouraging everyone, if you are a member, to try to participate on a monthly basis at least. I know it's hard to do. I'm not going to encourage you to do weekly unless you just want to, because I know you've got enough on your plate. But it would be nice to hear from everyone regarding some of the conversations and the topics at least every month, so that we can kind of build a repertoire of where we're going, and if this committee really feels like it can make the impacts that we're hoping it can. So this is the big long address, Wikispaces address. Again, I've created a tiny URL. It's here. If you can access it through downloading the PowerPoint from the wiki place, but you probably want to get the wiki space first. So here it is, tinyurl.com/GaETC wiki. Tried to make it simple, and here it is, and I'm going to click on it here, take you to the space. And what we've done is, first of all, this first page, we've got all our meetings, schedules, and recordings here. So you can see that, well, first of all, does everybody see my web page? Is everybody able to see it? I want to make sure everybody can see it, make sure it's being recorded as well. Yes, okay, good. All right. So here's the wiki space. Here's the first page. We do have a link that takes you right to all the documents and recordings that we have. So you can click on this, takes you right to where we're going to have this recording and previous recordings. So that'll be there. But we've also created 3 discussions, and I want to talk about each one of these discussions. Now, tried to make it easier to get to them by having them located right here on the page. You can also access them through the discussion icon here on the upper right-hand corner. But if you click on it, it should open up our discussion. You see here I've posted, after the GaETC meeting, we decided to combine communication between systems and sharing resources. We want to drive our discussion from this post. What does this look like in a year or two? What are the top challenges to meeting this goal? And what do we need to accomplish these goals? And so Allison started that discussion based on some of the conversation that was had at the face-to-face meeting at GaETC. So it would be great if, as members, you can continue this discussion. Now, we did have a team of folks. We split up into 2 teams, and Allison was on one team, Jeff was on the other. We did have some folks who stepped up to be the discussion leaders, and I believe Allison and Jeff may know who they are. And so we would like for those of you who were at the meeting and decided to be discussion leaders to kind of keep driving this. But what you'll see here is a place for us to start this conversation, and I would really like for, if you were not at the face-to-face meeting, I'd like for you to join one or the other discussions. Whatever you see fit, it'll be best suited for your interest and how you feel like you could really make an impact. So in this one, the sharing resources and the communicating across systems and throughout the state, if you feel like you want to have an impact on that conversation, we would really love for you to join this discussion here. Dismiss next door. And then the supporting our schools and the 21st century media specialist, getting these resources into teachers' hands, that's the next conversation. You'll see what Jeff had said in this discussion and how that was talked about at the face-to-face meeting at GaETC. So same thing, if you are interested in this conversation, have good resources, good information from any website or whatever that you'd like to share, please post it in this discussion so that everyone else can see it. Then going back to the talking about the CCI room, I've added a piece of this discussion, and I'm just going to read it out loud here, which is, I know, annoying when you're doing a PowerPoint, but just kind of want an impact of what my conversation's about here. This committee is given charge over the CCI room and its future. During the meeting at GaETC, when we did a survey, the CCI room received the lowest rating on order of importance to the committee, to those who were in the room, the 21 folks who responded. So with that getting the lowest rating, I have a little concern about this committee and its impact on the CCI room. So I do need some feedback from everyone in this committee in regards to, do you feel that there's a benefit to us having ownership of this room? Do you feel, what are the drawbacks to us maintaining the space? How can this committee take more ownership of that room? Do we think we can? What are some of the reasons why this is difficult? I really do need some honest feedback on this from everyone in the committee, please, because I need to move forward with the room and what we can do with the room and how we can maintain the purpose of the room. So if everyone on the committee don't mind, I'd like for you to get your feedback at least once in regards to the CCI room, and that would be very, very helpful to me if you don't mind, please. All right, let me give you, Lee, I'm going to mute myself, Lee, and I'm going to let. Go ahead, Lee.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
I think you should be able to. Real quick on the wiki part of things, I'm looking at the board here, and I've signed into the wiki. And in order to comment, I don't have any place to comment. So if there is a way I could be added to give some feedback on that. There was something up a few minutes ago to Smith and supporting her about RISA. I know Bucky is coordinating a meeting with the Northwest Georgia sort of instructional technology people, her first district RISA, in January. It's been something I've been shooting to get together for a while up here in my neck of the woods. There's not many of us, but those of us that are here, it's going to be a good chance for us to kind of get out and support each other. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, aside from that, it was just if I can get into the comment space, that'd be fantastic, because I have some thoughts on the room too.
Great, sure, Lee. So are you a member of, Lee, are you a member yet of the wiki?
I thought I was, but I've signed into wiki spaces in general. Oh, wait, there it is. Join now at the top.
There we go. Okay.
And everything.
All right, I just wanted to make sure you
had. There we go.
Good. It'll shoot me an email, and then I will make sure I give you the okay for that, and then you'll be able to make comments. Real quick, I want to check and make sure you're on our list.
Yeah, I've been getting emails.
Okay. But I want to make sure you're here on our list too. I don't see you on here, so when I get your information, I will make sure I add you to our list here, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, man.
No problem. And second thing you were talking about, as far as you're going to have a meeting of instructional, you said your RISA's having a meeting for instructional technology folks?
Yeah, we're doing something on, excuse me, it's in January. Let me go to my calendar real quick. And again, this is Northwest Georgia RISA, yes, allow use a model. It's toward the end of the month somewhere. I'm trying to find it right now.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Go ahead.
Sorry, Wednesday the 28th.
Wednesday the 28th.
That's the date.
Okay. All right. I'm not certain of the folks that are in this conversation now who are in the Northwest Georgia RISA area, but if you are, you may want to ask Lee for his email and let him send you some of that information. If you want to participate in that discussion, that meeting, you might want to join along. I see we have Pioneer RISA on here as well. You guys might be interested in what they're doing and what their conversation is, and any other RISAs that are participating in our committee. If you guys are interested in what Northwest Georgia's doing, you might want to contact them and let them know. And Lee, if you don't mind, once I okay you to join this on the on that wiki discussion, I'd like for you to add that information to that discussion, because I kind of would like to see that conversation go past Northwest Georgia RISA and into the other areas as well. So thanks for sharing that, Lee.
Not a problem. Happy to do it.
All right. Anybody else have anything they want to add to what we're trying to do here as far as create discussions within our committee? All right.
I'll throw one more thing out there.
Sure.
I wouldn't mind more face-to-face stuff. Webinars are great and good and everything like that, and I understand time's precious, but I would like the ability to kind of just get together and have a little bit of community, and I don't know. It seems like you have more authentic feedback and better discussions. And I don't know the likelihood of doing something anytime soon, but I'm down to meet up quarterly or something in a face-to-face capacity if others are as well. But again, I don't know what that looks like. It's just it seems like it's more productive as opposed to people just kind of listening to something. So that's my 2 cents.
Sure. Thanks for sharing that. That's great. We do have, I don't know if you know, Lee, but we do have a meeting, a face-to-face coming up in April. And I'm going to talk about some of the meetings we have coming up, but we do have a face-to-face in April. That's going to be kind of a long day, more than just the hour we had at GaETC. And I think too, Jeff, you may second or not second this, but we didn't have enough time at GaETC, so I'm thinking the next time we do a GaETC, we do need some.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, we really needed more time. So.
Yeah, if we,
Let's need to be a pre-conference sort of thing, because I imagine anybody in the state of Georgia who's in a leadership position, instructional tech-wise, they're presenting, they're meeting with vendors, they got a lot of stuff going on. So, if for next year, if we could, like I said, pre-conference, a lot of people come in that Wednesday night, do something then, Wednesday afternoon, or I'm sorry, not Wednesday, Tuesday afternoon, or for the conference Wednesday morning, while they're doing the first-timer session stuff, that might not be a bad idea.
It's a great idea. Yep. And Allison is our in. She is our in to the GaETC stuff, so she probably can take that back with her. That's good stuff. Anybody else have any thoughts about that? Hey, Danita. All right. We're going to then. So hopefully everybody understands the point of the discussions board we have here. With the discussions, it's really about us working together with specific goals and really trying to come up with what can the committee do to impact all the students in the state, and not just getting information to those who are in our district alone. So just wanted to throw that out there, put that discussion point out there. I'm going to remind everyone about it in January, but hopefully everybody will start working on that. Those of you who are joining us today, those of you listening to the recording before January, I would really appreciate at least trying to get one comment or one resource or one piece of information on one of these two topics, Smith's Next Door or supporting our schools. And it is really important to me and to the DOE to get some feedback on the CCI room from you guys and what you think the possibilities are for that. Some folks joined us for the first time at GaETC. If you are not familiar with the CCI room and would like to get a chance to come up and see the CCI room at our location at the DOE, I would be happy to schedule a time to take you up there and show it to you and talk to you about it and kind of give you the goals of what the room is about so that you can have an idea of how to join that conversation. So if you'd like to, you can just email me and we can set that up.
Hey, right. Chance, it's Donita.
Hey,
can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm training and I just had a break, so I'm very late. But the face-to-face meeting you mentioned, April, will that be at the CCI room?
Yes, that will be in the CCI room. Sure will.
Okay. Do you have a date? Is that on the wiki? Maybe
yeah,
up there.
Yeah, I'm going to go over that on the PowerPoint here in just a moment.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
No problem. All right. I muted everyone because I was getting some kind of feedback on something. I'm going to unmute everybody, and if you haven't muted yourself, I'll let you do that. So, all right. Anybody else have anything they want to add about the wiki? Okay, going back again, here is the tiny URL I created for it. So please make sure you get that link and be able to access the wiki. If you have not joined the wiki yet, please do so. Oh, one more thing I wanted to add. Lee, if you don't mind, at your meeting in Northwest Georgia RESA, if you will let them know about the committee, they may not know about the committee, let them know about the committee. Tell them they're free to join. You can give them my email, which I'll share with you here in a moment, and then we can work on getting them part of the group. Okay?
Done and done.
Excellent. All right, moving on. Future meetings. Danita led us right to it here. We've got some webinars coming up. January, it was originally January 20th. I've moved it to January 27th. I'm training quite a bit starting in January, and I had to be away on the 20th, so we've had to move to the January 27th. We also had to move February's back to the 24th. Now, I put an asterisk, I can't say that word. I put that symbol next to the February date because I would like for everyone to have at least joined one of the discussions by that date so that we can have a discussion, an online discussion regarding some of the responses and where we can go as far as the next steps to that discussion. So if possibly, I'd like for everyone to have a comment or an idea shared on one of the wiki discussions by February 24th, and I would really appreciate, again, a response to the CCI room discussion by then as well, please. And then we have a March 17th, which is St. Patty's Day, so we all have to dress in green for that webinar. And then our face-to-face is going to be at the DOE in CCI room on April 24th. It's going to be from 10 to 2, and that's hopefully will be a good chance for us to take all the conversations we've had on the wiki and really build some, from that point, build what are we going to do towards each one of these areas, and start some active participation in making some change. So hopefully you'll see we'll be able to do that by that point. I do have some topics that are going to be coming up. Obviously, we'll continue to do more GaDOE updates because we do want to make sure you know what's going on from our end, and able to share that within your districts, as well as share that with your RISAs and whoever else we do want to share that out. I'm going to try to get some STEM information out if you are interested, or if any of your schools are interested in getting certified in Georgia as a STEM school. We are. I do want to make sure you know how that works, and who to contact, and how to how to set that up for your system. So we are. I do want to make you aware of that. So hopefully Kelly will be able to join us and give us some information on that. If not just Kelly as well, maybe Gilda will join us as well, Gilda Lyon, who was the state coordinator for STEM. And then I do want to talk more about Microsoft IT Academy and how teachers can access and get certified on Microsoft products, Microsoft certifications as well. So. All right, some contact information for those of you who might be interested. We have SLDS IIS Learning Tool information. If you have any questions about that, Carol Moore McLeod is your person. TRL, Learning Object Repository, Angie can help you with that. If you need any training and support, Hubert Bennett will be your contact person there. You can also contact me as regards to training. Technology inventory, Missy Smith, and anything regarding CCI room, as well as this committee, you can contact me. And then also, as far as this committee, Allison and Jeff are your superwoman and superman. So they have a whole lot going on in their own areas, but they've been awesome to stick with us and to be our leaders as far as this committee is concerned. So I've appreciated them taking on those roles still. And now open agenda. Anybody have anything they want to toss out? Any questions, comments, anything you feel like we need to add? Okay, I'm going to take the silence as a no additions. If you think of an addition, again, please feel free to add it to the wiki space through a discussion, or you can always email either me or Jeff or Allison, and we'd be happy to add that on. Jeff, got anything else you want to add?
I just wanted to comment that guys, this committee can be important if we make it such. And you know, I think the state, obviously they've got Chance as our liaison here, and they're looking for us to provide them some information as they provide information to us. But we've got to do it. And these, you know, these discussion points and everything else that we're throwing out there are how we can do that. So I encourage you to participate. I encourage you to get others to participate from different walks of life. You know, get the classroom teacher involved, get the instructional supervisors involved, get this building administrator involved. You know, we need to hear from a lot of different corners of specialities and content specialists and the whole 9 yards. But it is what we make of it, and I encourage you to do as much as you can do and invite others to participate as well. So that's all I can say today.
Thank you, Jeff. I agree. It's just we can really only this is only going to be as much as we make of it, and I know that we've been able to really create a lot of great ideas, and it's been really good to be able to share information out through this committee. I just kind of feel like we are at the level now where we need to start making an impact, and I think we can do that. So great. Thank you, Jeff. Again, thank you for what you do. Thank you all for what you do. I know you're out there busting your tail to make a difference for students and teachers and your administrators, and so I really appreciate what you do. Anytime you need anything, please let me know. I'd be happy to help. My goal is to help in any way possible, as well as the rest of the DOE. So Danita, I know that she's really excited about being able to support you guys in any way as well. So let us know if we can help you, and we will be there for you. Let's see. Anything else I can think of? I will add this recording to the wiki space as soon as I get the recording back from the GoTo meeting, so you'll be able to listen to this again, be able to access it through Wikispace. I will also make sure this gets sent to everyone in an email. So hopefully I'll have that available by the end of this week. And if there's nothing else, I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, a blessed time with your family and friends and loved ones, and I hope you all stay safe and have a great time. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.